What's going on, Legends? Season 4 is finally here, and with it, a brand new champion has entered the arena. Revenant used to be the greatest hitman the Mercenary Syndicate ever had, and in this video, I'm going to show you guys the hype. I'm going to show you guys exactly why it is, and how you guys can master this brand new kit to live up to the legend. This is going to be the guide for how you guys use these abilities effectively. You're going to win more fights. You're going to put your name on that championship banner. Now let's get into it. Now before we get into how to dominate with this champion, we have to ask, why would you want to play him over other low profile assassins? Everyone likes to play aggro, right? Revenant is a champion that you should be picking up due to his aggressive playstyle, due to his counter ability. He also brings this aggressive playstyle to his whole team with the ability to push teams and third parties with little repercussion. Revenant is also the perfect legend to counter the top tier legends in the game. Unlike other legends, Revenant has a counter to characters like Wraith, Pathfinder, and Gibraltar. When playing this champion, you get a sense of playing the villain. You're a true anti-hero. The single most important ability with Revenant in improving your chance of survival is actually Revenant's passive ability called Stalker. This ability allows you to crouch walk faster and climb higher than other legends. This makes him incredibly mobile with just a passive. The key to abusing this ability is utilizing your crouch with most of your gunfights. Here you can see Revenant's normal strafe speed while standing versus crouching here in the firing range. As you can see, Revenant becomes a smaller target and has a significant boost in strafe speed while crouched. When you engage in fights at medium and even close range, you want to hold down the crouch button and strafe during these fights. You're going to dodge so many bullets, and it's going to make you a 1v1 beast in these duels. Now it's time to show you guys some useful techniques and movements that you should use when you use Revenant to maximize your success. With a normal legend such as Wraith, it is usually beneficial to crouch spam while strafing left to right, making you a harder target to hit in those 1v1s. With this tech on most legends, you mostly want to return to the standing position. However, this is the exact opposite with Revenant. With Revenant, you want to mainly hold the crouch button and trigger your passive speed boost. Then you want to occasionally throw in instances where you stand full height to throw off your enemies tracking your head position. Now we can't talk about dueling and gunfights without talking about cover and peeking, and I believe that Revenant is the strongest legend in the game when it comes down to this, because of that crouch speed boost while strafing. Check out here just how difficult of a target Revenant becomes when peeking corners. Make sure you guys are using both of these techniques when engaging with this guy. Revenant also has that low profile debuff. Normally this is bad, but because he moves so quickly with that tiny hitbox crouched, you know what? It's only a debuff if they can actually hit you. Revenant's ability with climbing higher obstacles also comes in clutch during situational encounters. During this fight, I'm able to play the low ground and capitalize on finishing this fight due to Revenant's ability to climb this large rock outside of Epicenter. We all know how key climbing is to the gameplay of Apex, and any boost can pay off massively, and with Revenant it definitely does. Revenant's tactical ability is called Silence, where he throws a device that does 10 damage and negates all activated abilities for 10 seconds. This ability is huge when you're playing into teams that like to bunker up or run after that first shot. It's going to shake up the meta massively in my opinion. You want to utilize this ability on characters such as Gibraltar, Pathfinder, and Wraith. Gibby will not be able to bubble to save himself, Path will not be able to grapple away, and Wraith will not be able to phase for 10 seconds. Utilize this ability in tandem with pressure. It's important to chase because your targets will be at a disadvantage, so use it often and early. You want to start off most of your fights with throwing out that tactical ability to see if you can silence any abilities for the gunfight. You also want to keep in mind to try and be within aggro range. When you hit an opponent with your tactical, be sure to communicate with your teammates so you guys can close the gap fast and focus down the easy target. If you and your team are firing at a Wraith who's unable to phase, you're going to get that crucial first knockdown and you're going to end up winning that fight. Lastly, Revenant's ultimate ability allows him to create a death totem. This death totem allows both you and your team to use it causing anyone affected to go into a shadow form for up to 30 seconds. While in shadow form, you do not take shield damage, but whenever you take up to 100 damage to your health, you're sent back to the totem. You're also sent back to the totem with your shields intact, but with 1 HP of health. One major tip with the ultimate is that you're not able to move outside of the outlined circle, or it will exit you out of your shadow form. Because of this, you want to place your death totem close to where you want to push, but in a well hidden spot where if you or your squad mates go down, you're able to safely heal back up to full health. Make sure you're using this to your advantage, because you basically get 2 lives to push a third party situation or a squad. One other key is that you're allowed to use another player's totem. So if you see an enemy's totem, you're able to interact with that and enter the shadow form that way as well. If you're teamed up with a Caustic or a Watson, make sure you communicate with your teammates to place traps protecting the totem so you have time to heal up if you're sent back. Also be wary that a huge counter to Revenant's totem is a Caustic trap. If a Caustic places a gas canister around the totem, as soon as you're sent back to the totem with 1 HP, the canister will trigger and you'll instantly die to the gas. If you find yourself in this situation where you notice a Caustic around your totem, focus on exiting the shadow form circle that encircles the area. Doing this will exit you from the shadow immediately, thus protecting you from the counter from the Caustic. Keep in mind there is some potential to make this same play with some sort of arc star or some grenade towards a Revenant totem if you know where that Revenant totem is placed. So if you send somebody back to the totem, make sure you try to chuck a grenade and get some damage on. So there it is, guys. I'm having so much fun with Revenant. I hope you guys are enjoying him too, and I hope that you guys learned something from this guide that you guys can take back to your game, and it can help to improve your gameplay. It can help you to improve with Revenant. So I'm loving him. I'm loving that he's able to counter some of those top tier legends in the game that have been at the top for far too long. I feel like the game really needed him, and I feel like the game's feeling fresh with Revenant. His crouch strafe puts him in a great position to win those medium to close range fights, which means that if you love those intense skilled based 1v1s, you're gonna love Revenant because of that outplay potential. Be sure to know, guys, the best escape route with Revenant. When you are trying to escape with a high climb, he does climb a little bit slower when he gets higher up on the building. So make sure you guys are using your teammates as protection and using their suppressive fire when you're trying to defend. So Revenant, he does benefit from having a team. He does benefit from, aggroing a team or a legend when he uses his tactical ability with him. So, make sure you guys are playing as a team and you're going to do just fine. You're going to just dominate with this legend. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys for stopping in on this video. I hope you guys drop a like on the video. That helps a whole lot. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Grizzy. I'm loving Revenant. And I'm out.